Hey there, I'm back to another video, and today's video is my thoughts on Club Nintendo ending. And really, Club Nintendo ended on a school day, and it was kind of surprising to me, honestly. I woke up, I was on Twitter, and then a bunch of people were like, Club Nintendo is ending. It's closing down. And you know what, I looked into it more, and then that morning actually, I believe it was like 6 a.m. I went to my brother's computer. I logged into my Club Nintendo. I saw the notice and everything. I was like, alright, this is official and everything. And then I read the stuff that they said, and I'll put a link in the description below if you guys want to see it. But basically, from what I took from that is that they're closing it in favor of a new program, and they're gonna release it later in 2015. And yeah, it's been a long journey with Club Nintendo. I have a lot to talk about, honestly, but what I did was that I went to the rewards and I saw them, and then I saw the 18 3DS game case, and I was like, I'll just buy that. Even though that there might be a possibility of new, physical rewards, I was like, I'm not gonna take that chance because that's like the only like really cool thing on there right now. So I ordered it and now it's sold out. So I'm very lucky that I got that. And yeah, I joined Club. I wasn't there from the beginning. I was not one of those, people that was like, you know what, Club Nintendo's really cool, really awesome. They had a bunch of cool stuff. I don't know the stuff that they had previously, except for the Platinum Reward Mario statue. That one was really what it really caught my eye, and I was like, I want one of those. They're probably not gonna release them, but hey, I might as well join now. Next time they do something really cool, I'll get it. So I joined. I used a lot of my own Club Nintendo points that I had in my Nintendo games along with my friends. So yeah, and I just started racking up points or coins, as you would say. And a lot of people say that they saw Club Nintendo ending, which I could see why, because Club Nintendo for North America, anyways, the quality of the rewards were going down drastically. It's been a really, really long time since we got a new physical reward past the 18 game case of the Pikmin and Animal Crossing one, I believe, which is the one I got. But past that, we didn't get any like new physical anything, which is what a lot of us Nintendo fans really wanted. And we just looking at Japan and Europe. I believe Japan got like a nice little Yoshi plush, and then like Europe got like these really cool Mario Kart 8 trophies. If you just look around, it's like wow, these guys are getting some really awesome stuff. And then us here in North America, we're kind of getting not exactly anything amazing. And then when the platinum rewards came for that year, I was like, all right, let's see what we got. We got a bunch of digital games, and I was like, oh my god, like I was hoping for something like, really cool, really awesome because I believe the 2 years before, the past 2 years, they've been giving out poster sets. And then the year that I joined was when they gave out the Mario pin set, which was really neat. It was nice, but really it just sits on my shelf. I mean, like the Mario statue, if I had that, I would do that too, but it looks cooler. So, um, yeah, that's pretty much the platinum rewards. We just saw them, dwindling down. We were like, you know what, a pin set's, pretty cool. It's all right. And then we got a bunch of poster sets after that. We were like, these are really nice. I can't hang these up yet, but yeah, I have a lot of poster sets actually. Um, I have the A Link Between Worlds one, which actually sold out. And then I was like, you know what, I got it. I'm really awesome. This is really cool. And then I got the Smash Bros. One, which is, I believe it's still up. From the last time I checked, it was still up there. And then I got the Platinum Rewards, the one that came with Wind Waker, The Year of Luigi, and Pikmin 3. And then I got the other one that is on a Kid Icarus, Luigi's Mansion, and Skyward Sword. So I actually have a lot of poster sets from Club Nintendo that I would love to hang up and, have it all around my room. Just that my mom is not exactly, into the idea of just me placing posters everywhere. So, I think she likes the idea of just having frames, It looks nicer, but, it's a little more expensive, which is not my kind of thing. So, if I had, my own house, I probably just have a bunch of Club Nint- Club Nintendo posters everywhere. But then again, that would kind of like ruin them a bit, since I gotta put like tags or something to hang them from behind. So I guess a frame is a better alternative, especially if you want to reuse the poster. So maybe in like the next 5 years I'll have those posters up, but hey, we'll see. And then they had a bunch of other really cool and nice rewards when I was there. One of the big ones that I was really interested in, but I didn't get, was the Luigi's Mansion statue. My friend actually got that, and that was extremely limited, and I did not have enough coins for it. And then some people went on eBay and bought it themselves, which is, that's a alternative. Those were coming from people that actually buy and use Club Nintendo points. So, it's not exactly scalping, especially. I mean, it kind of is. They're ordering a statue that they don't really need. So I guess it is scalping, I guess, but it's not exactly to the extent from what I've been seeing with amiibos and other Nintendo products. But that's another subject for another day. But yeah, that was one of the rewards I was really interested in, but I didn't get it. And my friend got it, so if I want to look at it, I could just go over his house. But another thing that was a really big r- reward, especially for North America, was the gold nunchuck. And I managed to go and get that because I had the gold Skyward Sword remote. So I was like, I need to get this nunchuck to, match it up, obviously. And I got it, and it's still in the plastic wrap that it's in. I opened it from the baggie, but then but then under it, it comes with like a protective thing, I guess. It's still in there. I don't think I've like ever used it because it's a freaking gold nunchuck. I don't want to scratch it. I don't want to damage the quality and raise the value of it if I want to resell it later. Since it's basically sitting in my room. Just collecting dust, quote unquote, on the protective wrap I have it in. So yeah, maybe one day I'll just resell it if I really need the money or something. So. I'm thinking of other rewards that were really big and ones that I really liked. The game 18 case, the 3DS ones are pretty cool. Uh, Even though now I have three of them, and two of them being in the same style. The third one's coming in. That's the one I was talking about with the Pikmin one and like Mario characters. A lot of people actually have that, and personally, I like that one a lot better because it has Pikmin, and I love Pikmin. So. Um, what other rewards I would like to go and talk about and reflect on Club Nintendo and stuff. The game pouches, the 3DS game pouches, I remember those. I remember the first reversible ones. Those were really nice and really cool. And they came in blue and red, and then underneath it was gray. And those were neat. Those were really cool. You basically grab your 3DS, you put it in there, you slap it in, and then you just toss it in your backpack, on your bed, on your shelf, whatever. And it keeps it, dust free. It keeps it somewhat protected. But the one that I think keeps it more protected was the Animal Crossing 3DS game pouches because those were not reversible. Those actually had some sort of padding to it. I actually looked at it because my brother, he wanted a case for it, and I was like, "Do you want this pouch? It's on Club Nintendo. I could just order for you right now." He's like, "Sure, why not?" So, and it came in pink. So, yeah, that was interesting, but it's whatever. They didn't have the blue one at the time, so I was like, you know what, I'll just get the pink one. And I think that one's a lot better, especially if you're gonna be like tossing it in your bag if you're doing that kind of stuff. But personally, I don't do that. I just like place it in. But it does have like protective padding to it on the inside, so that's why it's not reversible like the other ones. So that's really cool. And I think that's most of the rewards I wanted to talk about. There were the platinum rewards were always really cool, really neat. Even though last year we got games, digital games, but you could choose from a variety. That was really nice. So I picked out Game and Wario, and that game's actually really fun, especially if you have a lot of people over, because it's actually a really fun party game. I find. There are some games that I really like and enjoy on that game. So maybe I'll do a review on it. Maybe when I play it more on the single player portion. But hey, who knows? We'll see what the future has in store. But yeah, basically, I think Club Nintendo ending was eventually going to happen personally because the rewards were dwindling down in quality. But hey, they are closing it down in benefit of a new program, so that's really cool. So if you have any games that still have unused Club Nintendo codes, register them right now. You have up until the date that I'll put on your screen right now, and yeah, so just check out the link in the description below to the Club Nintendo closing thing, and I'll put that down there along with my Facebook and Twitter, my other thoughts videos, and just shameless plugins. So, yeah, that is about it. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time with more videos. Game on, gamers.